Looking for a broadband and cable TV deal? In this video, we've reviewed and compared some of the best broadband and TV deals in the UK right now. Plus, we've also explained what to think about when choosing a broadband and TV package to buy, so you can find the right option for your needs without breaking the bank. Before we begin, make sure to read our broadband and TV deals guide, which is the first link in the description. This article explains in more detail the different providers and their packages, so you can find the right bundle for your specific needs. So first, let's explain a bit about what you might want to consider when choosing a broadband and TV deal, so you don't spend too much and still get what you need for your household. So the first thing to consider, and not a lot of people think about this, is how much broadband speed you actually need. So if we put a postcode into Virgin Media and then just scroll down to the default deals that they suggest, they push 350 megabits as a minimum, and they also show their fastest gigabit package. But you might not need speeds this fast, and if you have a better idea of what speed you actually need, you might be able to build a cheaper bundle and save quite a lot of money, rather than just choosing one of these default bundles that the providers show you. So to get an idea of what speed you actually need, you can use our calculator, which we've linked to in the description. Here, you can put in some details about how you use the internet and how many people live at home, and it'll suggest a rough minimum download and upload speed that you might want to buy. So we can see here, even for a family of 4 that do quite a lot of online activities, you might only need about 80 to 90 megabits per second. So if you were shopping for Virgin Media, you probably wouldn't need 360 or 1000 megabits per second. The second thing to consider is what types of TV channels you want. So again, these default bundles that the providers suggest often come with just everything. And that's fine if that's what you want and you don't mind paying 60, 70, 80 pounds per month. But if you're smart about it, you can just add packages with the channels that you actually need. So some common types of channels are entertainment, movies, and kids shows. And when it comes to sport, there's basically 2 tiers. Most providers will have a basic tier with stuff like TNT Sports, which has a heap of miscellaneous different stuff normally. It depends on what the package actually is, but you'll get things like snooker, rugby, and maybe UFC, as well as the Champions League if it's TNT Sport. But you'll have to pay more for the second tier, which normally includes Sky Sports, giving you access to more Premier League games, F1, cricket, and other things that Sky has a license over. So it can be quite helpful to just list out the types of channels you actually want, especially if there are certain categories like kids shows, movies, or entertainment that don't really interest you. And the third thing to consider is whether you want a TV box. This mostly depends whether you want to do things like record TV, because these days you can access cable TV a lot through just streaming, so you can get an app on your smart TV or phone or tablet to watch shows as well. So most of these premium providers like Sky, BT, and Virgin Media will send you a TV box, but their packages are more expensive. If you don't want a TV box, you might be able to get away with a more flexible option that just provides TV access through your internet connection, and then you can stream it through an app on whatever devices you like to use to watch TV. So there's a few different things we like about EE as a broadband and TV provider. The first is their customer service. According to this Ofcom report, they have pretty good satisfaction with the service overall, higher than almost any other provider. They also receive pretty low numbers of complaints, and if you ever have any issues, it doesn't take long to get connected to their team on the phone. They're also UK based, which is helpful. We also like how EE's TV packages are structured. They're pretty simple and straightforward, and they allow you to choose the channels that you want. It's easy to just pick a bundle with what suits you, and between the 5 packages they have, you can also swap them every month, which is nice. You can also get up to 1.6 gigabits per second with EE in some areas, which is almost the fastest maximum download speed in the UK at the moment. You can also choose your TV box, and there's also the choice of an Apple TV 4K, which is quite useful if you're a big Apple user and you prefer to be in that ecosystem. For example, using iOS games and stuff on your TV through this box. There's also the flexibility to add Now Sports and TNT on a monthly basis or even a daily basis. For example, if you just want to watch an F1 race, you don't have to commit to Sky Sports for the whole month if you don't want to. So while they might not be the cheapest broadband and TV provider, EE offers good customer service, a great range of packages that are pretty flexible, and fast broadband speeds. In terms of number of channels and amount of value offered, it's hard to go past Sky. They have an absolutely enormous range of different TV products you can choose, as well as ultra-fast broadband, such as Sky Glass, which is basically a smart TV with Sky included, that you can get bundled with a broadband deal. I mean, this is a bit overkill for most situations. You can just get a smart TV separately, but it can be helpful if you don't have a TV and you don't want to pay up front for one, since you can get Sky Glass with a monthly payment. And similar to EE, Sky also generally has really good customer service. They have the lowest number of complaints per 100,000 subscribers of any of the major networks at the moment. The problem is, just because there's so much here, it can be a bit more confusing to get the right thing with Sky TV and broadband compared to EE. The broadband aspect is quite simple. You can get up to 900 megabits per second, which is a bit slower than EE in some areas, but it's still plenty of bandwidth for most people, and Sky's monthly costs are quite competitive. So the main thing that can be confusing is the difference between Sky Q and Sky Stream. Sky Q is just their set-top box, which gives you all these things like recording and rewinding TV. But you can also save money with Sky Stream, which is just a little box that plugs into your TV and gives you access to stream TV shows and watch Sky Sport. Then you can choose different TV packages to add on, but you don't get the flexibility of month to month by default like you do with EE. You have to pay a bit more for that, or you can save money by committing to Sky Sports, for example, for 24 months. So ultimately, Sky has a bit more on offer, but it's a bit more confusing, and it means everything's a bit less straightforward. If you don't mind paying more though, and you just want as many channels as possible, Sky is probably the best option. And finally, we wanted to mention Vodafone, because they offer a different way of doing broadband and TV. There's a much bigger focus on broadband here, which is good if you spend a lot of time online. With their Pro 2 package, they offer a really good Wi-Fi router, as well as extra boosters, ensuring you get good signal. And they also claim to offer this Wi-Fi expert thing, which is basically like dedicated support for your Wi-Fi specifically, in case getting good Wi-Fi is something you often struggle with. But it's these routers you're really paying more for here. With the Wi-Fi 6E tech that they use, they perform really well. We should also mention Vodafone offers speeds of up to 2.2 gigabits per second in some areas, which is faster than both EE and Sky. So then, rather than having cable TV packages that you have to lock into, Vodafone gives you an Apple TV 4K if you buy their Pro 2 plan, which is the same TV box sort of thing that EE offers. Basically, it plugs into your TV and allows you to stream using different services and gives you access to different Apple apps as well. So with your Apple TV 4K, Vodafone gives you 24 months of Apple TV Plus to start, which is basically like Apple's version of Netflix. Then you can use other streaming services with it. For example, you can get Sky Sport through Now TV, including just buying a Sky Sport Day Pass if there's a particular game or F1 race you want to watch. And you could use apps like Netflix or Disney Plus to get access to documentaries, dramas, kids shows, and other stuff like that. What Vodafone's offering is basically just more flexible. You can choose whatever streaming services you want to use with your TV box and switch between them whenever you want, with no hassle. But this sort of thing is nowhere near as inclusive as what Sky or EE offer. To get a good range of programs, you'll need to go and buy separate streaming services. But if you want really fast Wi-Fi, and there's only a few different streaming services you really want to use, then Vodafone Pro 2 broadband might be worth looking at. So generally, in terms of simplicity and value for money, EE is normally the best option. They offer good customer service and really fast speeds of up to 1.6 gigabits per second in some locations. Sky broadband isn't quite as fast, but in terms of the range of channels and different TV options they have, they're hard to beat. Just, they're a bit more complex, simply because of the range of channels and different TV options, like Sky Glass, that they have available. And Vodafone is best if you just want to get set up with Apple TV and be able to use whatever streaming services you like to access cable TV channels in a more flexible manner. So thanks for watching, and remember, use our broadband and TV deals guide to learn more about the differences between all of these packages. Here, you can learn more details about what EE, Sky, Vodafone and other providers offer to make the right choice for your household. And if you have any questions about choosing a broadband and TV deal, leave a comment below and we'll get back to you.